Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of February 2022. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. Yes, you do see a new kind of setup going on here. I decided to try things differently, kind of, I don't know, just play around. I do have a new camera, and I want to, make better videos. So hopefully this will be something that works for all of us, and I appreciate your patience while we figure it out. For the readings this month, I'm going to be using my pink tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and then I will close out your reading, Cancer, with a intuitive life coaching oracle card. You may have also noticed that I do have channel memberships new that are starting this month. So if you are interested in some of the perks that we've got going on, it'll be first or early access to monthly videos, as well as some weekly readings, and I'm thinking about doing some Q&As as well. So if you are interested, the link to join is right below this video. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and get right into your reading. What do we need to know for the sign of Cancer as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of? Interesting, you see that star card is already flipped over. For the month of February 2022. All right, you're definitely contemplating your future, Cancer. So let me make sure we've got everybody in frame here. Oops. And I apologize for knocking the camera. I'm still, like I said, getting used to my setup. But the nice thing is that, it doesn't affect the reading at all. I mean, obviously, the angle's different, but I'm feeling very intuitive and very connected as we move into this. So let's take a look at what's going on, Cancer. So when we move into the month of February, you're going to be feeling a little overwhelmed. That's what I'm picking up with this Ten of Wands here. But here's the thing. You're only overwhelmed because things are happening so quickly. Things are moving so fast that's what's giving you anxiety. It's not because the workload necessarily has increased, but it's just the timing and the pace of the way your money is circulating in your life. That's what's causing you a little bit of, I don't want to say stress, but it's almost like a little bit of like, wow, this is a nice surprise. It's like things are happening because the Knight of Swords is all about speed, timing, things moving ahead of schedule. Also not worrying about the deadlines because you meet them quite easily. So as it relates to your money, understand that things are going to start circulating for you very quickly. Money is going to come in very quickly. It's going to move out very quickly. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not, increasing as it moves through your life and as it moves through your accounts. You're investing, you're saving, you're purchasing things that definitely will help you make more money, and your money finally will feel like it's working for you and you're not stressing about working for the money. We also have the Six of Wands. Now the Six of Wands talks about getting recognition, getting appreciation for the work that you do. We also have the Justice card in the reverse. Now this is a decision being made, but you have no say, no input in that particular decision, but that's okay because it looks like I said, it's going to work out in your favor because we've got that Star card. The Star card is the card of winning. It's also the card of vibrancy and good health. So no matter where you fall in those three things, you're definitely on the right track, Cancer. Finally, I already talked about that. You're going to be contemplating some future decisions here because now you kind of understand the pace of how money moves for you and in your life, and now you can plan accordingly. You will start to see how to structure your investments or just how to structure your budget wherever you are. Depending on how much money you have, it doesn't matter. You're managing your money quite well. And so you're starting to think ahead. It's not about just getting through now until next payday, but it's about the next year, the next 5 years, potentially even the next 10 years. You're thinking long term, and you'll definitely be rewarded financially for that. All right, Cancer, let's see what else shows up for you. I love these cards because they just shuffle so beautifully. And the pictures to me are very, very detailed. And so I just feel really connected to this deck. So what do we need to know for the sign of Cancer as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of February 2022? Okay. All right, Cancer, as we move into the second week of February, you will see that things are actually going to be very well managed and very well controlled. The Emperor card is that controller energy, but it's also, someone who is able to delegate and someone who is able to make decisions that keep things moving, that keep things progressing, right? So like I said, you are in control of your finances, even though things may not exactly be, you haven't hit the goals that you're trying to hit. You still have a very solid grasp on what you're doing with your money, how you're making your money, how you're working. Also with business, I'm picking up that looks like you probably invest in something, maybe some equipment, or maybe you outsource something. So that allows you to make even more money and have even more time to be more creative and just to be more productive. Next, we have the Chariot. This is another card that talks about speed. Whenever I see the Knight of Swords and the Chariot card together and they're falling together, this means that things really are going to pick up fast. You're going to have to hold on for the ride because, like I said, it looks like things are moving and shifting so quickly that it's catching you by surprise. But the thing is you are going to be prepared because I do see the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles talks about preparation and finances. She's a very cautious, but she's also a very conservative investor. The other thing about the Queen of Pentacles is that she doesn't make any mistakes as it relates to what is working for her. She has no apologies about how she spends her money or how she saves her money. And I think that's where you're going to be at, Cancer. You're going to feel very confident as far as the money moves that you're making. Next, we have the Strength card. This is power. This is an underlying current as it relates to your money. Your money is strong. Your money is pretty solid. So the other thing about the Strength card is that you also have a very strong mindset about what you can and cannot achieve financially within the next 3 to 6 months. You have a very good understanding of what's going to work for you, and you feel courageous and confident in putting that plan in place. But here's where things could get a little bit tricky for you, Cancer. We do have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is communication. It means that you could be having some disagreements with people who don't necessarily understand your financial vision, but that's okay. Everybody doesn't have to be on board, for for what you're doing. The thing is some people will have different opinions and different ideas, and that's okay. They're very much entitled to that, but that doesn't mean it has to affect your plan and your own vision for how you see your money growing, how you see yourself advancing in your career, or even how you just see yourself, I want to say making money, doing creative things that could be a little outside of the box. But the thing is they're going to work and they're going to pay off. All right, Cancer, let's see what else shows up for you. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of February 2022, what do we need to know for the sign of Cancer? All right, Cancer, as we move into the second half of February, things will calm down, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. The first half of the month, things are going to be moving very, very quickly. But look, we've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse, so that tells me things finally will settle down and be in a much more comfortable pace for you. But the thing is like, you were stepping up to the challenge and you were doing what needed to be done in order to keep that money, strong. We got the Four of Swords. That is you taking a step back. Also the Two of Swords, which is you making a decision. So not only do you step back for a little while just to catch your breath and just to kind of really mentally grasp everything that's going on as it relates to your finances, you do make a decision that you have been procrastinating on. I'm picking up that this is something investment related for a lot of you. I'm a big fan of investing for the long term, and I always encourage you to do so if, and when you are able to. We also have the Nine of Wands here. That's the card of feeling a little discouraged. I think because things do start to slow down in the second half of the month, Cancer, you feel like maybe you did something wrong, or maybe you made a mistake. No, that's not the case. This is just the cycle and the timing of things. We have the Five of Wands again. That's another communication card. Looks like this one, though, it's communicating, around or with the people that you work with. So maybe everybody on your team may not agree, or maybe you will just have to kind of be the referee because other people around you are kind of bickering or going back and forth. And so you may have to be the peacemaker around, some type of a work-related project or a work-related environment. Finally, we have the Queen of Wands. When I see her in the reverse, that talks about physical changes happening in the workplace or in your work environment. Don't be surprised if there's new office furniture, maybe some staffing changes, or maybe a new location, or maybe just a change in procedures and paperwork or policies in the place that you work. But like I said, these are some type of physical changes happening in the physical environment. And it's not necessarily negative, it's just different. So now you're going to have to give yourself time to get used to those changes. All right, Cancer, let's see what else shows up for you. Yep, see, we have a repeater card. We have the Chariot. Remember, we had him here. And here he is again in the reverse, which tells me things are going to slow down very much in the second half of the month. Okay. All right, Cancer, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. And I see a card flipped over here. All right, so as we close out February, it's all about the mindset here, and it's the mental process of money is what is going to be heavy on your mind as we close out the month of February, because from what I'm seeing here with the Five of Pentacles, also the Queen of Swords, this Page of Wands, like I said, it's the mental game of money that you're really going to be contemplating as we close out February. We do have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. That means that things definitely do kind of slow down. There could actually even be a pause or a temporary halt in something, just because, sometimes it takes people, they have to catch up to either the pace that money is moving, the velocity of money, or they have to catch up to the people who are in control of the money. And I feel like you are in control of the money, Cancer, but the people around you still aren't necessarily understanding what's going on. And that, in a way, it does slow you down, but you're actually okay with that, because that also gives you time to double and triple check that you're doing what you want to do and that things are moving in the direction that you want them to move. The Queen of Swords, she wastes no time eliminating things that get in her way. Sometimes she does that very abruptly, and I have a feeling that you may have to cut some things off, Cancer, as you decide to keep moving forward with your plan as it relates to your finances. Finally, we have that Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is news and information coming in as it relates to your work. Now, we already talked about some changes in the physical environment. There could be some other bigger changes happening in the workplace. They will catch you by surprise, because I do have that guy in the reverse position. Again, it doesn't mean it's negative. It just means that something is going to probably throw you off. And so you're going to have to give yourself some time to process these changes, because they were definitely unexpected. So, The first half of the month, Cancer, is things moving fast, things moving quickly, right? So, get comfortable with speed, because as it relates to your money, it looks like there's going to be a lot of opportunity there. And then in the second half of the month, it's all about processing and decision making and really accommodating what's happening as it relates to your money and to your work later on. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a intuitive life coaching oracle card. I haven't worked with this deck in a while, so I was more than happy to bring it back. And I'm feeling 2 cards for you, Cancer. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. Oh, if I get them right side up. So the first card we got is card number 17, Nourishment. You are being asked to take time out for self-care. Very powerful card, especially because we talked about that star card, talking about health and wellness earlier in the reading. Next, we have card number 16. That's the card of approval. Choose to approve of yourself, and others will too. Love that. So Cancer, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.